This is Josh Cerejo, and you're listening to Season 6 of Lofi Poli Sci.
Lofi Poli Sci, here we go. Shout out to Josh taking us into the show today. Thank you, Josh. And we are starting a brand new series here. A new show, simply called The Game. Yes, every other Thursday we'll have a new game, or rather go back and forth between a few games in a rotating order. But today, we kick it off with Lo-Fi Trivia. We have 3 categories and 5 questions in each category, and each correct answer is worth 1 Lo-Fi loot redeemable at the end of Season 6. And what is Lo-Fi loot? Well, it's similar to 6 pieces of 8 multiplied by pi and divided by pi and undone by 8 of 6 pieces. You feel me? Good. Let's go. Our first 5 questions are in the category of U.S. politics. And I know, we never talk U.S. politics. But it is an election year, and we will not play ostrich head in the sand. P.S. No offense to the mighty and majestic ostrich. You are magnificent. Question number 1. In political science in the United States, how do we define politics? Take a silent 5 count for you. Politics is who gets what, when, and how. Question number 2. If you combine the number of U.S. House of Representatives seats with the number of U.S. Senate seats, what is that total number? And is it the same number as the number of electoral college votes that exist? Take 5. Our first answer, 535 is the combined number. And no, it is not the same as electoral college votes. That would be 538. DC gets 3 seats in there too. Or 3 votes, not 3 seats, 3 votes. All right, question number 3 for you. Who was the first president of the United States of America? Who was the first president of the United States of America? And 3, 2, 1. John Hanson. Now you know. And I know you'll figure it out. Question number 4. Why does the United States have a 2-party political system? Oh, whose fault was it? Was it Madison or Jefferson or ukulele AC/DC? You tell me. 3, 2, and 1. Our answer? Duverger's Law. The U.S. has a single-member district first past the post-plurality electoral system, which yields 2-party dominant systems. And there you have it. Question number 5, and the final question in the category of U.S. politics. True or false? The United States has the largest GDP per capita in the world. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Survey says, nope. It most certainly does not. All right. How'd we do out there? Did we go 5 for 5 in U.S. politics? Did we get 10 pieces of 7, Lo-Fi loot, multiplied by pi, and then divided by pi, of course, plus the 6 of 8? Yeah. Well, onward we go to our next category, which is international relations. Question number 1, about how many countries are there in the world? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our answer is about 200, give or take. Question number 2. What country has the second largest economy in the world as measured by GDP, aka Gross Domestic Product? And you know, I was thinking I'd hum a little tune for you, but I really don't feel like getting a YouTube strike. But you know what I was thinking. And 3, 2, 1. Our answer? Country with the second largest economy in the world as measured by GDP? That'd be China. Question number 3, I got one for you. Sri Lanka's former president is currently in self-imposed exile in what country? I know, right? That's a good one. I'll tell you what, I'll give you multiple choice on this one. Is it A, Singapore, B, Venezuela, C, Uruguay, D, Thailand, 5, Russia? I guess that should have been E, Russia. You know what I mean. Now you're wondering, it's probably Russia, isn't it? But is it Russia? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sri Lanka's former president, President Rajapaksa, is in Thailand in self-imposed exile at the moment. And question number 4. What country has a new president that is the son of a former dictator from that same country, and a vice president of the former president, who was the first half of a dictator himself? Let me repeat that for you. What country has a new president that is the son of a former dictator from that same country, and has a new vice president, who is the daughter of the former president, who was the first half of a dictator himself? And 4, 2, 3, 1. Our answer? The Philippines. I think you knew that one. And our last question in the category of international relations. How many international wars are currently going on in the world right now? Think about that one, huh? How many international wars are there going on right now? International war meaning a country at war with another country. Not talking civil wars. What you got out there? And 3, 2, 1. 3 international wars right now. Well, and what 3 are they? Well, maybe that's for the next Lo-Fi trivia. Plus, I want to give you a little bit of time to figure it out for yourself. I know you can figure it out. But how'd we do in round 2, my people? We did all right, What's our total score now? Are we 10 for 10 out there? I bet you are. A bunch of brilliant people. I know you. You got this. And here we go. Let's go. And our last and final category of the day, developing areas of the world. Question number 1. How many islands is the country of Indonesia made up of? Take a silent 5 whilst I get my hydration on. The answer? 17,508 islands. And yeah, I know, right? Question number 2. About how many developing countries are there in the world? And I'll do you a favor, I'll narrow it down for you. So it's not 200, and whilst all countries are still developing, that is so true. Not all countries are developing countries, though. So your answer should be less than 200. And I'll give you another clue. It should be more than 100. So go. Take 5. Our answer? Roughly 120 to 140 countries are developing countries, depending on how you look at it and depending on how you measure development. Question number 3. What time frame / era did many, if not most, developing countries become independent countries? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Post-World War II, pre-year 2000. So about the 1950s to 2000. There you have it. Question number 4. Aside from developed countries, what entities play a major role in the exploitation of developing countries through a process known as neo-colonization? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Survey says multinational corporations. And our final trivia question of the category and the day is First World, Second World, Third World. What are these labels? Where do they come from? And what do they mean? Let me tune in a little airport jam for you. Get you chill to this one for a second. Take a second. First world, second world, third world. Talking about countries. Where do these labels come from? And what do they mean? What we got? Let's go, people. First world, second world, third world are labels originating from the Cold War era, late 1940s to the early 1990s. First world meant Western democracies. Second world meant Soviet Union allied states. And third world meant non-aligned countries. And that's that. Nothing more and nothing less. And that's the game, peeps. Right in. Let me know how you did. Did you go 15 for 15? I bet a bunch of you out there certainly did. And tune in tomorrow for perhaps a little lo-fi story times, perhaps a little Good News Friday. Who knows what it will be? And it's not a cliche or a catchphrase. It's a lifestyle. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Pickering, signing off.